Hey, so we're back here on another Washington Football Guys podcast, episode 38. We are the Commanders, Rob.
Yeah,
What's going on, Rob?
it's been an interesting 18 months. I will say that.
Yeah.
Been a very interesting last 18 months leading up to this. Obviously we'll get into like how everything came to be and our feelings about it. But I have mixed feelings about overall the last 18 months, more specifically like the last 21 days.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you said, today was a anticlimactic historic day. It was a day I know when we found the word, of the two 22. It was excitement. It was one of the things where we thought it was going to be a landmark day. We figured a lot of stuff was, like it was going to be kind of one of the days where maybe we would be surprised and everything. But just the way of the social media and just the way things are nowadays in this society where secrets can't be, can't be sacred anymore. So so it made today kind of like, okay, I knew what was gonna happen anyway. So, but it was still exciting, even because I was ready because obviously it was on the Today Show, so I knew, okay, well, let me, because normally I go in at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Okay, well, let me make sure I get everything taken care of. And I knew this announcement was coming at 8:11. I was like, all right, just be ready. Just be all ready. So, so when that time does come, you know I'll be prepared for the name or whatever. But yeah, so we are officially the Washington Commanders. And actually, you brought up a good point where what would have been dope, which I think could potentially happen though, Rob, we call the DC Commanders. Now,
Yeah.
if we move, I want to see that happen. Like, I think that's like you said, it'll be, almost to like, because I know we kind of tossed around like the F was it FD uh,
DCFC.
DCFC, yes. So almost give it like an MLS type of feel,
Hmm.
or just like or like a or a soccer team, well, football, not the American football, but but give it, give a football touch to an American football, team. So
Right.
yeah, if we move to Virginia, I hope that could. We need to put that in. We need to put that in as a as a potential recommendation if they do move.
Yeah.
So so what we're gonna do now? So we're gonna first we'll talk about the logo itself. So I'm actually going to, and this is more so of just with this. I share the screen here and actually showcase this new logo that we have here with the Commanders. Which I'll share that here. So, and it's a couple of them here. So the classic W. How you feeling about that, Rob?
I like it. It's simple, it's sleek, it's very minimalist. Um, Nothing overbearing, nothing crazy. I personally like it. Um, there was one logo that I did like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. It had something to do with the Washington Monument, and just the way it was incorporated into the logo was really dope. And I was really hoping that would end up being the logo. But like I said,
Yeah.
very minimalist, very simple, nothing too crazy. I like it.
And yeah, it's a clean look, and it's almost similar to the one that we had previously. We're the team formerly known as the
Hmm.
Washington Football Team, so it kind of, like you said, gives it a sleek look, and like you said, and is a variation of the other logos that we'll also look at as well. Like, I like it. It's, like I said, it's something simple that you can put on a hat. That W, I've seen like shirts, they look nice. Just to have that
Easier to
clean W
tattoo,
look.
easy to
Correct.
tattoo.
Yes, even for a well, not tender-headed, but a guy that's really don't like needles. I think I could probably deal with something that simple because the W is not. It really doesn't really, it's not like I think it would be like not evasive, but it wouldn't take much.
No, it wouldn't. So the biggest thing you have to worry about is where you get it at. because obviously
It's true.
the worst part is going to be the shading, getting the all the burgundy in. That's going to be the worst part. But as long as you get it, like I have my one tattoo I have is on my forearm, is right here,
Okay.
and it didn't really hurt that bad.
Really?
I didn't know what
Hmm.
to expect, so like it shocked me at first, but once I got into it, but the only thing that did hurt a little bit was the shading inside, because it's the state of California and the inside is all black.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Yeah.
But
That's
not the
something
point of the
definitely.
show today.
Huh?
But not the point of the show today.
But thanks for the tips because obviously, if in the event if I do want to get it tatted, because I think it's growing on me even in the even though we all knew this was gonna come,
Yeah.
we all that was leaked stuff from the jump essentially, but it's starting to grow. I mean, I know definitely before the season start, it's gonna be, it's gonna be etched in my brain. Like I was telling one of my friends, it's almost like saying Candyman like 3 times in the mirror, like commanders, commanders, commanders. And now I'm like, all right, every time I keep saying it, I'm getting hype. I'm getting hype
Yeah.
about it. So it's just one of the things where it's like I'm just saying in the mirror, just hyping myself up for it. But like we got plenty of time before the season start, before we get, before I get even hyper. So this is the other logo, the star of the show. I think, in my personal opinion, I definitely like this. Like, and also I just and before kind of the backtrack because we all know, Rob, that you in the Navy.
Mhm.
Your thoughts on just because I know you've been kind of going back and forth with cats on social media, but just I kind of want to backtrack, but like as far as just like as far as the commander, like as far as from your perspective.
I I like it. So for me, being in the Navy, to me, a commander is an O 05. It's a rank in the Navy. Sometimes the CO of a ship or of a command. I know in other branches, especially the Army, the CO is known as the commander. Um, but I like it. I don't understand the people who are saying it's offensive to the military. I haven't seen it a lot, but I have heard that some people are that that's what they're saying, that it's offensive to the military. I want to believe that it's a joke, just as a whole like woke culture, like
Yeah.
got rid of the first and the previous name because of wokeness, because it was offensive, and now this one you're gonna say is offensive towards commanders. I did see one person that I kind of just it kind of irked me a little bit. I think the tweet said something along the lines of you changed the name of a group of people because it was a racial slur, and then you change it to the group of people who conquered them. And I was like, and I even retweeted, I was like, yo, I'm woke AF. Like, I will fully admit that you don't like woke culture, that's fine, whatever. I am woke, and I'm not that woke. I was like, you need to chill, calm down. It's not that serious.
Yeah, and like, but that's a thing where too. I think, and definitely huge shout out to I got Tyler. You know what? Potentially, but nah, I'm not gonna jump off the bridge quite yet. Like I'm gonna stick with the merch first, but then I don't know, like, but that W is like
I,
kind of
I'm
classic.
telling you, at the absolute latest,
Hmm.
next Super Bowl, I'm getting a tattoo. Regardless, I don't care when it is. I don't care if I'm 80 years old, my skin's wrinkly as hell.
Yep.
Next Super Bowl championship the one that I get to witness,
Yeah.
I'm 100% getting a tattoo.
Oh,
Probably
no
right here on my
doubt.
arm
Right.
or right here on my shoulder. Because my dad has the old logo on his, and he
Oh,
got it
nice.
like 2002, 2003. He got it early 2000s. And so I've always wanted one right here as well. So I'll probably end up doing either that W, or not gonna lie, you can take this how
Yeah.
you want. But I also want to get this
Oh,
R.
yeah. Yeah.
Mainly because I
Absolutely.
can finesse it and say, again, my first name is Robert, so obviously it's an R. You
Correct.
feel me? But I've always
Exactly.
loved that font.
And it
And
kind of
Tyler
just,
said, "Do it." I'm gonna do it.
yep. Oh
I go
yeah, the
do it
fact G
tomorrow.
got tatted. Yep. So yep. And that's the thing, like, and that kind of, and that when I see that the hat with the R, like it just reminds me of Joe Gibbs.
Oh, Gibbs, yeah,
And that's what
absolutely.
just reminds me. It just reminds me of how he would just wear that hat. with that little vest, like at
Yeah,
time, and also something with a jacket. And it's just a classic, clean look. And like this is another one for this generation.
yeah.
it's just a, it's Tyler say, go on and do it. Like,
I got the day off tomorrow. I'm gonna see what this tattoo parlor down the street from my house be looking like.
and then we got the next one, Commanders. So I and that's the thing, and that's pretty much what it be on the actual jersey,
Mhm.
the Commanders part. So yeah, I like we talked about it. What makes it even better, like when it comes to like those, we talked about about the varsity jackets. I'm like, yo, and that's perfect. They need to bring them out every year when we do alumni week.
Yeah,
Like when alumni week, that would be so dope if everybody has one. Like, and I love those them Letterman jackets. I actually want one myself. Like,
yeah. We even said it. We were texting this
yeah,
morning, and you sent me a
right.
picture. At first, you sent me a picture of
Your
Dan
boy.
Snyder in it. I'm like, oh, dusty ass. But even I just seen it on like Jonathan Allen. Seen
Yeah,
Jonathan Allen wear it. Jordan Reed was there.
yeah,
Seen him wear it. I was like, yo, those
yeah.
jackets are hard.
And then just
I need
imagine,
one.
right? And that's another one too. Like, man, they need to have those alumni week every, whenever we have our alumni game,
Yeah,
bring them out every year. It almost gives you like that homecoming feel of it. And
yeah.
it's just like, and we ain't
What
gonna
it
do
should be.
like, yeah. And we ain't gonna do who was it? Because remember Houston, remember they had their Letterman jackets when they were playing like the Patriots and they ended up getting dusted.
I don't
Like,
remember
just don't do that. Now,
that.
just don't, right. Leave that to the alums. Leave that
Yeah,
to the alums. So yeah, man, these logos, yeah, the logos are good. And like you said, these are one of those. It's just we got three variations of it, so that's kind of a good thing too. Like you had that flexibility where these are like perfect concepts to put on merchandise,
right.
logos. And then actually, I didn't even notice. I was read a tweet before we got on. Like they've been selling like hotcakes. All our stuff been selling. Like we're like the number one seller
Oh yeah.
of stuff at this point. I like they say that Terry McLaurin jerseys are flying off the shelves. Like,
See, and I want to get one. I want to get a jersey so bad, but we've
hmm
talked about this. We've been doing these kind of shows for coming up
yep,
on 2 years, so
hmm
you know how I
yep,
feel about jerseys.
yes,
And the question, I'm just scared.
yep,
Like I want one
because
so
right,
bad,
because you don't want to see him
but
nowhere
I don't want
else.
to see Terry get bust his knee on
Something
preseason week 1.
or
I don't want
see,
to see
oh,
all
right,
that.
something, right. I know, and that's the thing where it's just like it's crazy. I'm actually gonna try to pull up some of these both these jersey concepts. Yeah, I think we'll pull up this one here. So, what's your thoughts on the jersey concepts?
99% of it, I love.
Yes.
I love 99% of it. There's 2 things that I wouldn't even say that there's one thing I don't like and one thing I would have done differently. The
Hmm.
one thing I would have done differently was the commanders across the chest on the burgundy jerseys made it a little
Yeah.
bit smaller, closer to like
Hmm.
how the size that Washington was on the chest.
Yeah.
It reminds me, and I didn't see this at first, but somebody posted a picture of the Browns jerseys when they tried to redo their jerseys back in like 15, 16, somewhere around there when
Yeah.
RG3 was there. It had a huge Cleveland was just huge on the chest, and I
Oh
didn't like
yeah.
it then, and I don't like it on ours. That's one thing I would have changed. One thing I don't like that I wouldn't have done at all was the W on the front of the helmet on the black helmets.
Yeah.
I don't like the W on the front. It just looks weird. It looks like it doesn't belong. But other than that, like I love the black jerseys, the commanders on the side. Because obviously, here's the thing with the commanders is it's right in tune with the area. You have the Washington Nationals, you have the Washington Capitals, the hockey team.
Yep.
Nobody really cares about the Wizards at this point. Um, but then now you have the Commanders, as in the Commanders, Commander in Chief.
Yep.
Commanders is a military rank. It's all very military and America centric. So I like the Commanders on the patch or on the side, on the shoulder because it gives it like a like your name tape on a military uniform.
Yep.
The white ones I think look clean.
Yeah.
I like the white jersey. I've always liked white jerseys for any team, really. I do really like our white jerseys. A lot of people don't. Somebody somebody had replied to my tweet, said it looks like the Cardinals and the Diamondbacks jerseys had an ugly baby, and I laughed.
Uh,
But
yeah.
I like, other than those two things, other than the Commander sides and the W, I love everything else.
Yeah, and I like it. I definitely love the black jerseys and with the matte helmet. I think that is so cool, and I know that's going to be our alternate jersey, but I don't want these just to come out for like special occasions, like when we play Dallas or whatever. I want to see these a multitude of times. Like, I don't want it just to be we bringing out like it's Easter Sunday, like once a year. I want that concept to be out often. And it's actually, and I like it because now it's a new spin on it because I think we're so accustomed to the customary just white jerseys, the burgundy jerseys, and so it's kind of one thing now have another color concept,
Yeah,
that's beyond burgundy, gold, and white. So that's another thing too. I think that is a good thing as well. And yeah, the W, I thought that was kind of weird to have it in front. Like it, I think that helmet should have been uniform as the other ones, as the other burgundy ones that we got.
yeah,
So I think that would have been perfect on that end. But I do like on the sleeve where it has that flag, like the commander flag. So I think that's a nice touch. Um, and like you said, and then the commanders, that's it's it should be smaller because like you said, that's where I kind of like it. Yeah, it should be a little bit smaller. But the white ones, I love those because that would be our road game,
yeah.
our road jerseys, and and I'm always a fan, even like with the NBA, where if you're a away team, you rep your city, and that's
Hmm.
Washington.
Yep.
So that's why I like that concept with the white. I mean, I think that it's just something. It's different. It's fashion forward to me. So I don't even think if the but if the Cardinals and the Diamondbacks had a baby, hey, I'll take that, but in a positive way,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, I like it. It's a real clean look. I hope the pants change. That's the thing where I don't. The thing is, I kind of some of these. I want to kind of have some gold pants potentially, gold or white pants to kind of match, and that's not in a
Well,
weird
well, the
way.
white jerseys have
The white pants,
the
that's
white
right.
pants.
Yeah, but like I'll kind of I'm always, and it's weird because I go back to like the Shanahan era where I used to love when he used to bring out the yellow, the gold pants.
So I think this is the first time we've ever disagreed on something because I
Yeah,
hated the yellow pants.
I loved it. It was
I
almost like
hated
kind
them.
of classic to me. Like, and I used to like that look. I was like, we got the burgundy tops and the and the yellow and the gold pants because
I've
that was
always hated the yellow pants.
I loved him. Yeah, that was a Shanahan thing. For some odd reason, that's how I remember more so than as far as recent memory with that. So yeah, I always like that type because it kind of gave me that kind of old school feeling. Because that's how I kind of how it was like back in the day, with those. But yeah, I definitely love the jerseys. It's something totally new. It's fresh. It's clean, and it's modern more so than
Yeah.
anything. I think it's modern where you know, e- and I think even with our jerseys, they really have stayed the same in essence. It might just be some little stuff here and there, but for the most part, they really have stayed the same. So I definitely think that this is definitely going to be a new a fresh
Yeah.
setup for us. But yeah, I definitely love the jerseys and also just the merch that comes along with it. Like, and I've been eyeing that hoodie. There's a hoodie, a gray hoodie, and I've been seeing it on people, and I'm like, man, I'm ready to go to
About
Maryland
with
and
the
actually get one.
circle patch on the,
Yes,
you talking about the one
yes.
that it's in my cart right now? Yeah.
Mine as well. Yes,
That's the
for
first thing
seventy
I
four
put in my
ninety
cart this
nine.
morning.
74.99 on the dot. But
First thing
yeah,
I
like,
put in my cart this morning.
I know I was like, yeah, and I've been seeing because obviously, they've been selling it at the store at the stadium. So like seeing people with that concept, I'm like, man, this is nice. Like I definitely need to cop this. Like it's one of the things say I need
They
that.
have a burgundy one that it's the same with the patch on the chest, but it's a burgundy sweater, but they're only selling that one in youth.
I
And I
know it's
haven't fit
like
youth since I was about 7 years old.
when I was wearing a youth size, this team was winning the Super Bowl. That was 30 plus years ago. They were winning Super Bowls. Like last time I could wear something youth, I was like, but yeah, that's essentially where that's concerned. But then and another thing that's kind of interesting that has happened kind of now as this has all emerged is now we're now accepted in DC. So the opportunity now to get a new stadium. So I
Yep.
think that's going to be kind of I think the next thing. And I think that like I was even saying when there was pushback with the former name, that essentially we really had to kind of get rid of that name in order to go forward and actually, because when it comes with a new stadium, that comes with a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You can host Super Bowl, and that brings money to the area. We see what's gonna happen in Los Angeles next week, where everybody's gonna be there. Same thing can happen here in DC. Well, Virginia, I think they're gonna end up being in Virginia or right at DC. So I think that's going to be the next thing that's going to be on this on the wish list for this team. Well, besides winning obviously is going to be the number one thing, but number two is definitely got to have a new stadium. I think, especially with just everything now, it just makes sense now to hey, let's just move forward. We're trying to get a new stadium, get that ball rolling, so we can at least be in there with the next 4 to 5 years potentially. So and then from there, the opportunities that could bring to the economy wherever it's located, and all that's concerned. But yeah, and and this is funny, like, and my thing is now I want to talk about like, and I know we always something about this team. Well, us like handling things, we fail in so many levels like when it comes to just this whole this the just everything about this. So your thoughts on just how everything was leaked and just this whole 3 week process essentially.
Um, I get what they were trying to do, and I applaud them for having a plan. A part of me after today, or really after last night, because I was laying in bed with my wife and kind of just scrolling through Twitter, and that's when I saw the jerseys. Saw
Yep.
the jerseys. I saw. I'm sure you saw it as well. Of somebody zooming in on the inside of the stadium, and you can see commanders in this day and age, you should have known. You should know that people are going to go investigate. Like everybody's a detective this day and age. I mean, you see that in when a MCU movie trailer drops, when Spider-Man No Way Home trailer dropped, like 20
Yeah.
minutes later, there's YouTube videos on Easter eggs, on what we saw, and they're analyzing every little thing, reflections, and these fans were no different. When the video came out, somebody like they showed Ron Rivera holding the helmet and it was blurred, and somebody zoomed in on the glass behind him to show the reflection of the W of the Block W logo. So I get what they were trying to do. A part of me wishes that, and it's a small part of me, but a part of me wishes that they would have just dropped it, just literally 2 o'clock in the morning. Boom, drop everything. Hey, we're the Commanders now.
Yeah.
Because like you said to open up the show, it was very anticlimactic. Like we were hyped about it the day that it was announced on, a few weeks ago to 222. We're all hyped, all talking about it. And then that's when the leak started happening. That's when, going putting odds on the Commanders, the Admirals, you know, Jason Wright came out and said it couldn't be the Wolves, and this is why. And you even had people up until about 2 days ago saying, "Oh, what if he only said that to throw us off?" And they're leaking the Commander stuff on their own, and it's something completely different. And I think at the end of the day, it was very anticlimactic because we pretty much already know. I was watching this morning, so for whatever for first of all, this has nothing to do with the show, but Peacock, the streaming app for NBC, sucks. Just sucks. I was thinking I'd be able to watch the Today Show on it.
Mhm.
Couldn't. There's no
Mm,
way for me to watch it, so I was very upset about that.
mm.
So I watched our guy Rio. He was doing a live show this morning on YouTube, so I was watching
Yep.
him on my way to work. But even like 10 minutes before, like they announced, okay, it's going to be 8:12 Eastern. Somebody commented, "Is it official?" And everybody at the same time was like, "Well, I mean, it's official, but it's not official. Official. Like we know what the name is going to be. We know everything already. We're just waiting for them to do it." And the team even tweeted out the picture of the jerseys and saying we're the Commanders before the Today Show ran their segment. Like,
Yes.
why? Like, how do you? Of all the things, like I get it, you can't control people investigating, zooming in on windows, and taking pictures
Yes.
of inside the stadium the night before. You can't control all that. You can control when a tweet gets sent out.
Yes.
You should know that if you're standing there behind the cameras watching Doug Williams tell everybody the name or tell the cameras and the Today Show interviewer what the name is, there's at least a 3-second delay. So let's kind of hold off a little bit, give it about a minute, give it a good 90 seconds, and then tweet it out. That was the one thing I didn't like. So again, a small part of me kind of wishes that they would have just dropped it just in the middle of the night, changed everything on Fanatics, changed the website address, changed the Twitter handle, change everything. So that way we just wake up and it's like, oh, shoot, it's the Commanders now. Dope, okay. Or at the very least, give us like a 3, 4, 5 day heads up. Like, hey, next week, the name's dropping.
Yep. And I think there was so many things that happened in its place. Obviously, like you said, the botch. I think, like you said, the leaks of the photos, and then even yesterday there was photos actually leaked of actually merchandise that was going to be in shelves on shelves. So that's another thing too, where that got leaked out. Obviously, Joe Theismann saying, "Oh, well, the fans they'll love the name Commanders. They'll grow to love that." So then that happened on Monday, but there was other leaks that happened throughout the entire week. Like you said, the footage of the stadium. I'm not a stadium, but the store inside the stadium
Mhm.
that leaked out as well. And then, like you said, Rob, and it's funny, and I'm glad that you brought up that point because so this is what was supposed to be the plan for what I assume. So I watched the whole Today Show. So at 8:11, they were supposed to announce the name officially. That was when the name was going to drop. So in the midst of going on Twitter, because I think I was in the process of hitting you up at during the time. And then what ended up happening, I went on the website and it said Commanders. Like they changed everything already, social media wise, and even on Facebook, they changed all their stuff already before before they even announced the name. What Doug Williams said, we are the Commanders. So it was like you said, anticlimactic. And then it's just like you said, and it's just the way the world that we live in now, where it's just like the internet is just is ruining these type of situations. Like
Yeah.
people, and not to be, not to kind of go out of watch the football team world, but like almost like how Adam Schefter dropped the bomb about Tom Brady. So it's almost like to a point where nothing's sacred anymore. So it's like, and that's the thing where, and like you said, I get what they're doing, but then it was too many people who knew the information.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like as far as like you said, because you think about it, you sending this stuff in the stores, so people gonna know not just the alums, not just people in the office. You got people who will be stocking the shelves for this merchandise, and some leaked out even then. So it's just one of those things where it's just like it's hard to eat in this day and age to even keep something secret for that period of time. Like you said, if it was a situation where it was a few days in, and but if you give somebody 3 weeks, you're bound for that stuff
Right.
to get dug up, and that's what
Exactly.
ended up happening. And like you said, and then I think the timing of all of that, and it's just, and that's the thing where I think I would have just allowed Today Show to do their thing, and then change it like around 9 o'clock
Mhm.
or something like that. They changed it immediately. They changed it really in the midst of the interview. So,
Yeah.
and people, we're gonna pay attention. You got 1.3 million followers on the internet. y- we're gonna be nosy, not nosy,
Yeah.
but we just gonna be curious.
Mhm.
All right, did they change it yet? And lo and behold, we fell into that trap, and
Yeah.
they changed it. But yep,
I also didn't like that they chose to do it on national TV. Like, I get why it's a big deal, The old
yeah,
name was so, tradition, so long, 90 years, all that. I get it.
yeah,
But why not just do it at your local NBC station?
right. And made it such a bigger event than what it should have been. Like you said,
Right.
like it should have just been a local, or like, and then just let a local crew,
Mhm.
be there. But yeah,
But they want, of course, Dan Snyder wants all the attention. I think that's who drove that, because I think Ron Rivera, he's very in tune with the locality of where he's coaching at. He was like that in Carolina, very into the community. I can't tell Jason Wright has that kind of mindset as well, but that just seems like something that Ron Rivera would have kind of pushed to have done that way.
yeah,
But Dan Snyder probably wanted all the, as much publicity as he could get, which he should have known that this football team was going to get it regardless. You're changing the name. It's been 18 months. This isn't like how Cleveland did it. The baseball
right,
team, they just like, hey, we're gonna get rid of the name, but we're gonna stay this name for a little bit. And then one day just like, hey, we're the Guardians now.
yeah, yeah. And like you
So
said, yeah, my bad.
it's just I didn't like that it was done on a huge national scale in New York. Like,
Right.
why New York of all places?
But yeah, and it's just, and yeah, that's one thing too where, and it's funny because that's what I found, and I know I shouldn't have compared it to the two because it's kind of one of the things where one is popular and one some people may not really care. But we all know tomorrow is the Winter Olympics. So they had a situation that, because me, I watched the whole entire Today Show because like a fool I am sometimes. It's like, sitting and waiting, sitting and waiting at the television set. Tell me you old that you're not old when you say
All
television
right.
set, right? But anyway, so the thing, and then because they announced who's gonna be the flag bearers for tomorrow's opening ceremony for the Olympics. They kept that sealed. Like people were shocked, like because people were like, "Oh yeah, this person is gonna be, gonna be carrying the flag for the United States in the Olympics." I'm like, why else won't like protect it like that? I mean,
Right.
so I'm just like, even though the participants knew because they were told, maybe a few days prior to
Mhm.
it, but as far as the world, we didn't know. But I'm just like,
And
but
I
yeah,
wonder why the team didn't have all these employees sign NDAs. Like, I'm sure, like, Ron Rivera had to sign one, and Doug
mhm,
Williams and all, like, the higher ups, the brass of the organization. I'm sure they had to sign a non-disclosure agreement. But why not make the people stocking the shelves sign it?
yep,
So that way, if they do leak it, you can, I mean, I don't know how much you would want, you can come after somebody who's paid to stock the shelves.
yeah,
Or honestly, and this is just me being an everyday person. I've never been like a high ranking, brass of a company to where I have a mindset of I'm too good to do something. But just make it a night of Jason Wright, maybe Julie Donaldson, Ron Rivera, and a few players go in and stock the shows. Just make a night of like it, because it really did kind of feel like Christmas Eve for us.
yeah. big
especially
time.
for me. Like I was excited to go to
Yeah,
sleep so I can wake up, and I woke up a little bit early so I can have everything ready for work and everything ready for what I have to do during the day. And I was kind of just going back between Rio on YouTube, NFL Network,
yep,
anywhere there was ESPN. So I was very invested. I was very excited for it. I mean, that's something else that could have been done, but
yeah.
that's just me. What do I know?
Yeah, and that's the thing where it's because prior to all of this, maybe about the weekend, I was really excited and kind of nervous and a little anxious. But then, like once Monday rolled around and all these leaks start coming out, and it's just like now it's just like okay, we know it's gonna happen, but yeah, it is what it is. But like you said, still was a it was it is a historic day, but it's an anticlimactic historic day of our illustrious franchise. So yes, we are the Commanders. Yeah, that's gonna be definitely something that something to get used to, but I think it's gonna be fun. Like you said, season doesn't tip off for another 7 more months, so this ready for all the traffic that comes with it. I've already even in my mind, I've already thought to myself, I can't wait till these announcers say that the Commanders are taking a commanding lead.
Yeah,
So they're taking a commanding lead over the Cowboys, or
and and that's and that's
right.
one of the biggest things, and everybody in this fan base, most people
Hmm.
in this fan base have touched on it. Winning cures everything.
Yep.
If we come out and I even think I tweeted this, or I sent it in the group chat, one of the two. Now all we need is a shiny new quarterback to go with our shiny new uniforms.
Yep. In the chat.
Whether it's somebody like go out and get Russell Wilson, and then drafting somebody like Malik Willis or Desmond Ritter to succeed them, doesn't really matter. But this is only temporary. It's only gonna This is just a band-aid over the catastrophe that this organization has been for just the last 2-3 years.
Right.
Um, got to go out and build a team. Got to go out and win. Got to win ball games. Because just like you said, you can't wait for um them to announce that the Commanders have taken a commanding lead. The opposite joke to that is the Cowboys have a commanding lead on the Commanders. Go figure.
Oh boy.
So it's just you got to win. That's the biggest thing. Got to go out there and win, and people are going to forget about it. The jokes will
Oh
end
yeah.
because
Yeah.
the thing is, and we've even touched on it. You Jason Wright was in a no win situation.
Yep.
You had the people who obviously hated getting rid of the old name.
Yep.
They didn't like that. They didn't like just being the football team. And then any name that was presented, they're like, no, that name is stupid. It's generic. Like it's 2022. It's gonna be hard to come up with a very unique name. Like
Right.
a quarter of the league are named after animals. Like the Eagles, Falcons, Seahawks, Bears, Colts. Like one is just named after a group of people, the Patriots. Oh, the Dolphins are named after people. Another team literally is just named after the people that live in their state, the Houston Texans. What's a Texan? It's just somebody who lives or is from Texas. Like you
Exactly.
can only be so original this far into it.
Right.
So
And you.
the people were gonna be get mad either way. You got people on here. This dude said the football team are now the Commanders. If you're excited about that, you're either acting or 10 years old. And I replied, I was like, dude, just go be a Cowboys fan already. Y'all
Right.
so insufferable.
Right. And it's
Nobody
just
was
like
gonna be happy.
right.
Like people were gonna be mad. They're gonna be mad regardless, no matter what. And I'm just
Right. And like you said, to your point where it's hard to in 2022 to have creativity because it's already used up into a point where n- you're gonna mimic somebody. Like you said, either you're gonna be an animal, you're gonna be, animal or a native,
mhm.
Texans, or even if you look at the Browns, they name off their former owner.
I'll be
Of a,
damned if I call this team the Washington Snyders.
exactly, exactly. And so it's just one of those things where it's just like, y- you damn if you do and you damn if you
Yeah.
don't. So it's just like to me, if you don't like it, hey. Go somewhere else.
31 other
Take that
teams.
elsewhere. Yeah, and it's tons of them. You know.
Somebody said today, he
Yeah.
said, he was like, we went from one of the most iconic logos in, in the sport, in the history of sports, to just a letter. And I
No.
replied, I was like, yep. I was like, exactly. Cause how can a team just have a letter as a logo? Like, can you imagine a team with just a G or a C as just a logo? How can they do that? And
Yeah.
this dude said, he said, you're right. Like, it's just, that's a generic when you create a team on Madden, you're given the letters. I was like, oh, this guy really, like, he don't know the Packers exist.
You know, the Packers
He don't know the
exist.
Bears, the
Bears.
49ers, the Chiefs.
Exactly. A lot of these teams just have the letter.
Yeah,
Alabama. Like, I mean, this is, I mean, not to just, not to go off the NFL realm, but just there's tons of teams that just
exactly.
have that. But we have a logo though.
Yeah.
So it's just like we have three logos. We have a W, and then also the command of the circle,
Yep.
and then also right. So that's the thing where yeah, like you said, I know you can't appease everybody, but the
Right.
same token,
And the thing is,
yeah,
everything things will get tweaked.
you're right.
The jersey, this isn't gonna be, a
End all
jersey
be
for the
all.
rest of the history of the franchise. It's gonna get
Evolve.
tweaked. There's gonna be changes. The W might change once in a while.
Yeah,
The patch. I think a lot of people are mad about the years on the patch because they put the years of the championships were actually won and not the season. So like on the patch, it has. Let me pull it up real quick. 37, 42, 83, 88, and 92. So like that 92 season was obviously the 91, 92 season, but the Super
yeah,
Bowl happened in 1992. So a lot of
right,
people are mad about that. But at the end of the day, like you were mad we got rid of the name. You got mad that we had no name, and now you're mad at the name that we have.
right.
Like, bro, just go be a fan
So
of it.
so riddle me this: if we win next year and they put 23 on the patch, you gonna be upset? Hell
Right?
no. You can be like, I don't give a damn. We won.
You it
Like
doesn't matter if it says 2022 or 2023 on that Lombardi trophy. You got a
correct.
Lombardi trophy.
We know it happened. That's all you got to worry about. Just think about like this. All right, 92. Think about it's 91. It's a year prior.
Yep.
So
And
guess
and
what?
I like that it says 92 because that's the year I was born.
Yeah,
So being able
and
to see
this yeah
92, it is dope.
right. Right, and I almost and it's funny because I don't, like, and it's funny because shout out to our the home team of the ball network. So remember we had the post about you know when who won the Super Bowl when you were born,
Yeah.
right? So you had that luck to say, hey, Washington. And with me, I had the Raiders won because we actually lost to them in the
Uh,
Super Bowl because they were coming off the back to back, and that was their opportunity to maybe win back to back Super Bowls, and then they ended up losing. So I look at that type of stuff like, oh man, it's Marcus Allen's fault why we win.
you know what's crazy
Yeah.
is so my dad was born in 71,
Hmm.
the year that Washington lost to the Dolphins during their perfect
Yes.
season.
Yes.
That's interesting.
I know that is something, right? That is so crazy. Like, right. Yep.
And I think my wife was born in 88.
When we won against Denver.
Yeah. And I don't mean to put her age out there. I mean, she's
Hey,
definitely
that's
older
still
than
good though.
me.
Not by
But yeah,
much, but hey,
not by
that's
much.
yeah. Let's just keep that. Let's make that abundantly
Hey,
clear.
I still love her.
Right.
I
Let's
don't
make that
care.
abundantly clear. We just hey,
Yeah, she was born in 88, probably
yeah.
about 3 months after they won that Super Bowl.
Hmm.
And then I was born in 92, 8 months, 8 months after they won their last Super Bowl. Now, let me ask you this. Is
Yeah.
it does it still feel weird calling them the Commanders?
Not really. Like to me, it's almost like I'm really getting used to it. Almost like I don't know if we say this on air, but I might say this before air. Remember how I was saying, we say Candyman 3 times?
Yeah.
And I keep saying that, and it's like, and now it feels like, okay, the Commanders, like,
Like
I think,
I can't
mhm,
tell if it feels weird to me because I keep calling them Washington. I
yeah,
keep saying because as soon as the old name was retired, I stopped using it, as much as I could, and I've
yeah,
just gotten used to just saying Washington.
yeah,
So like when referring to even the Super Bowl in '83, like technically it wasn't the Commanders who won the Super Bowl, but it was still the
yeah.
Commanders.
Washington,
Like
yeah, it was, yeah, Washington. Yeah, I
like
know that sounds
nobody's
like,
nobody's gonna sit here and say, "Oh, the LA Rams didn't win the Super Bowl in 1999." You know what I mean?
right, St. Louis Rams,
Right. It was,
right.
and it's just I don't know if it feels weird or for I'm just used to calling them Washington for the last 2 years, but
And
I'll
that's,
get there though.
and you know what? And I find it funny though, Rob, like how you say it like that, because obviously last week was the 30th anniversary of the last Super Bowl that we
Yep.
won. And they made mention of Redskins. Like, obviously, like I think like Charles Mann made a
Mhm.
reference to it a couple times. So I think, like you said, and it is, we're in a weird conundrum because at least other place they can say, okay, it was the former city. Like you think about, like saying the St. Louis Rams, the LA Rams.
Mhm.
Lord knows I talk about the Chargers is they still in San Diego.
Yeah, you do.
So right. So it's just like, I'll be like, Justin Herbert and the San Diego Superchargers. But that's why I like you like, and we're in a different because obviously with the name, where it's kind of one of the things where, like you said, maybe reverting back. And I think once the Commanders start doing stuff like as far as on,
Mhm.
on the field, I think as the season progresses, I think I'll get used to it. But now it's more so like we really, it's kind of, I don't, this sounds kind of weird, but it's almost like they haven't earned that quite yet because we haven't seen nothing. I know that sounds like really like crazy, and I think you understand it in a
I do get
weird
it. Yeah.
way. But as I said, that's how we get each other. But it's just like they haven't really done nothing on the field. Not to say like nothing is not given, it's not earned or whatever, but it's just like you think about the Washington football team. I think about the Washington football team as the 2020 NFC East champions to this day. But that's just something that happened. But that's why I think once the season progressed, and I think or even in the preseason, hell, even the draft, or even in the free agency, I think once something kind of happens. Oh, let me did I?
Can you pull so I don't mean to
Yes,
interrupt. I was just seeing if I was
you're
able,
good,
but
bro.
tell me
Yeah,
that don't go hard. But the
son.
beanie, I love beanies.
Yes,
The
yes,
mask, I like the face mask. I have actually
yes.
I have my I was so glad when I was able to find this in the one of the
No
malls up here in
way. And I
Tacoma.
got, yeah.
But oh, that jacket
Oh
though.
man, I got one too. I'm gonna take a picture, man. I think mine's in my car. But I got a burgundy one,
Oh,
yo, and I found it at a flea market.
I
And
found this one at a sports store in a mall in Tacoma. As I was
real,
walking out, I'd already
no
bought a bunch of
way.
stuff. I have a Washington flask.
Yeah,
Um, but as I was walking out, I saw it in the corner of my eye. I was like, oh, I have to get it. But just
yo,
that jacket alone.
bro. But that is raw. I'm telling you, I swear to you, I swear. Dude, we're literally this like some of our circumstances are like eerily familiar, and it's kind of scary because that's almost similar to like what happened to me, where because I was at a flea market, and it's like a shop where I get like soaps and like shea butter. So I'm just buying that stuff, right? And then all of a sudden I seen a bin. It's kind of one of the things where it's like I normally don't look into that bin, but I seen like a Washington football mask in like a bag, and I'm like, oh, y'all selling these? Yeah. $10. Take my money. No. So,
I don't even
you
remember how
know,
much mine was. I didn't even care.
right. And she could have told me $20. All right. But yeah, oh my gosh, yeah. All that combination is sick. Like,
Cause just
yo,
think, cause my dad has a jacket like this, obviously the
yeah.
old one
Hmm.
with obviously the older shade of burgundy, but on the
Yeah.
sleeve is the three. Super Bowl patches.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
imagine how good this jacket right here would look with a Super Bowl patch on the shoulder, so you can get ironed on. Like that will go so hard. If they ever
Yeah.
sell
Oh
this
my
jacket,
goodness.
I don't care how much it is, I'm buying it.
What's that? What's that? What's that TikTok videos? You know,
What am
like when they do the credit card. Facts.
oh, 100%.
Facts. You look. I don't care. I'll pay that. I'll pay that bill off immediately. Like, you know,
Because
I
that jacket
hey,
will probably be an easy $200.
probably. Yeah. I'm hoping that they. I hope. And speaking of that, I hope that they do make a starter jacket, starter jacket version of something like the white ones that they had.
Yeah.
Like, phew, that's gonna be flame. That's flame. And with the hat, and even with the mask, man. You couldn't tell me nothing. I'll walk around as if like I'm on an all decade team, bro.
Oh, absolutely.
They be like, "Oh, you used to play?" Yeah, I used to play.
Have I ever told you the story that I made this girl at the airport think I played for Washington?
No way, for real.
In back in 2013, 2014, something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm traveling. I was stationed in Florida at the time. I went home on leave. I think it was either right before or right after Christmas
Yeah.
or right before deployment, one of the two. And flying back, and I was in Charlotte. And so, and I was wearing a Washington shirt. I was wearing burgundy black Jordan shorts, basketball shorts, and down the sides were burgundy and yellow.
Hmm.
I was wearing burgundy and yellow Jordans. And then I was wearing a Washington either beanie or a hat.
Yeah.
So I go up to I think it was Burger King or Chick-fil-A, one of the two. I go order food.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, do you play football?" And like not even thinking about it, I was because I did at the time. I did, and I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, really? Look, can what's your name? I want to like what I you play for the." I was like, "This girl thinks I play for." Yeah, yeah, yeah. I play for them. Oh, what's your name? I want to look you up. I was like, oh, I'm just on the practice squad. You probably won't see me. I'm just on the practice squad. She's like, oh, well, it's still cool to meet a football player. And what's your name? So, and she pulled out like a blank receipt paper. I was like, can I have your autograph? So I signed it real quick. And never saw her again. I wonder if she ever actually looked me up.
I know, right? Did you give a jersey number? You know how like people do like
Oh,
you do,
so at
how
the
you do the signature.
so I actually do. So let me I don't know what this. Yeah, I'm gonna write on this. I'm gonna show y'all my signature real quick. And
so,
back when I thought
yeah.
I was going pro in something, my
Hmm.
favorite number because of Clinton Portis was 26.
Okay.
So my signature was that, and I always wrote the 26 inside the circle. So I did that. Oh, I went all out.
Yo, yo, we need to send you to a memorabilia shop. Yo, let's get this man signed some footballs and let's get some. Nah, let's not do that. We gonna end up being like your boy for real, being in jail. Like, yeah. Let me retract that. No, but yo, that's yeah. Yo, that's getting clipped. Yeah, that's on the archives. But yeah, that's wild. So that was what 2013, bro. That's wild. So this man played under Mike Shanahan.
Yeah, I was I backed up Alfred Morris.
Nice. That man was Cal was his OC.
This guy brings up a good point. I'm gonna
Yeah.
screenshot this real quick.
Let me see. Oh, let me I'll go back in. All right, you should be good. All right. Yeah.
So he says he wishes that there was more gold, which I agree because these right here are the actual jerseys.
Yeah. Hmm.
I do like these ones a lot. If these were
Hmm.
it, I believe they'd be even harder.
Yeah.
Because
But
I'm
yeah,
not
like you said, yeah.
100% a fan of the gradient on
Yeah.
here.
If the gold was there, then that's a different story.
Yeah, if it was gold, if the white was gold, it'd be clean. I like this a lot better. I do
Yeah.
kind of wish it was this instead. I do like though. I do like that they used actual players. I don't know why it looks like Chase Young has a lazy eye.
I know, right?
Anyways, I do like that they use actual players to model the uniforms for the pictures because a lot of
Yeah.
times when teams come out with new uniforms, they do just the generic, just some random ass person.
Right.
But I do like it was the three.
Or like they got a family like they're Old Navy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, like, I like every time we going on there, man. I'm like, man, who else been added to the family? Like, who, like somebody got one of the man that got pregnant. Like, it's like, what?
Yep.
But yeah, I'm just like, yeah, it's, but yeah, like you said, and I think that that's what kind of helps it too, because I think, especially like with me, I'm a visual person, so it's almost like, oh man, I can't wait to see them actually on the field, to see it. It's
Yeah.
almost giving you a taste of kind of how it would be like on the field, and then just seeing other people model it. That's why I can't wait to, like, we got games. I want to now, I'm curious like how the draft head's gonna be when our free agents come in, like how their jersey's gonna look. So, like, yeah, it's gonna be, yeah. That's one thing too. It's like you said, this is a band-aid, but I like this band-aid. It's gonna suffice for a few weeks, for a few months for me.
Yep.
You know, I mean, hey, like what they say, tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Like, I'm with it though.
Whatever
But
you gotta tell yourself to feel a little bit better every day.
correct, and I'll take that. I mean, hey, I may not be getting ready for a Super Bowl, but hey, I almost feel like I'm in. I feel like I'm there
Yep.
with this excitement. But yeah, yeah. So, Rob, let's put a bow on this week's Watch the Football Guys pod. Social media and any upcoming projects, whatever you got. What's going on?
Y'all already know where you can find me, FNC Pod on Twitter, Football and Show Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. I will be doing a special Cruise Island tomorrow. Obviously, I wasn't able to do one tonight because it kind of took precedence. Actually, not even
Yeah.
kind of 100% took precedence over that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do a special Cruise Island episode tomorrow. We're gonna preview a little of the Super Bowl because I'm not gonna be here for the week of the Super Bowl. I got work coming up, so I'm not gonna be able to do anything for the network for that. I'm gonna do my own little thing. And then obviously talk about the Brian Flores situation
Yeah.
and kind of what's going on with that and how I feel about that and where I think the league is going to end up going.
Yeah.
Um, like I said, I'm going to be gone for work for a while, so I probably won't be doing anything for the foreseeable future. Um, but when I come back, I'm definitely going to hit the ground running once again.
Yeah. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, on the Couch Coach Live. So we decided to take the week off, obviously, because normally we do the show on Wednesdays. Like you said, this is an anticlimactic,
Yep.
historic day, to say the least. So hey, I wanted to, get that going with it. So essentially, so we'll take the week off this week. We got a lot of stuff planned next week for Super Week. Pretty much, I think officially the third annual. I put it that way. I know last couple of years we've been doing just like team previews, but we'll do some team previews, some other stuff. We'll have a lot of football content next week, and then also we'll have an All Star reserve draft next week. Not sure either Wednesday or Thursday with the Hoopers. So definitely huge shout out to our guys, my country cousins from the A. So we'll be doing that next week, and also just, like you said, just doing my own thing when it comes to to Super Week, and also do some stuff for the network as well. We'll have Siege Sunday and a Super Bowl edition next Saturday, not this Saturday coming up, but on the 12th. So we'll do that as well. But yeah, man, another great show. Episode 38 is in the books. We are the Commanders. So definitely, if you missed this show, definitely check us out on our YouTube. Also, Check us out on Apple, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcast. We'll upload this podcast and we'll have this readily available for you for your listening pleasure. Yeah. So once again, another great show. And we'll catch you guys on the next episode of the Washington Football Guys, man. We'll catch you guys. And we are out.
Take command.
Yeah.